thing's quiet. Well, hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peaks Peak. We are back at Piney Grove Homestead with Brad. He's going to let me operate Precious.
I am. So we got a 24 horsepower mini excavator, and the first thing I said was, when you come to the farm, you're going to have to get on this excavator, because people made fun of me when I first got on it. So it's time for us to make fun of Lucas, but he may surprise us because he's got that backhoe experience, and he may get on there and be a natural.
I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but he's got a couple of trees he said I can dig out, so I'm going to go tear up his yard. Let's see how it goes. The real trip for me is learning to operate the boom and the dipper together on these separate controls.
So what's your initial impression, backhoe versus excavator? What do you think?
Well, so there are lots of extra things to work with here. So it's like adding other features. Now, as far as excavator controls and backhoe controls, I can't have an opinion yet because I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm gonna tear your yard up. All right, folks, he's kicking me out so I don't tear up his gravel. We're gonna let him pull it over to the tree, and then I'll get started digging it out and we'll see how it goes. But man, this is really something. It's a whole lot different than running a backhoe, so we'll see how I do. So Brad gave me the rundown of the controls, and this is not natural. It's totally different from the backhoe. He's gonna get me in position here and let me tear down this tree. So, man, you guys are gonna have loads of ammunition on me after this one. All right, well, yeah, stay far enough back that I can't swing around and take you out.
I wanted to have a methodical approach to taking this tree down, but I couldn't even figure out how to move the bucket.
I'm struggling with what I'm doing.
Don't get too far away from the tree. Get closer to the tree. Don't dig out that far. That'll make way too big a hole. Go right up against the trunk of it.
See, with the BX, you'd have to be that far out to get the roots.
Nope.
That you can break.
In digging out stumps with the BX, I've always started too close to the trunk, so I thought, well, hey, I'm going to move a little further out and make sure this works. But obviously, these are two very different machines. Now, you'll notice here in the beginning, I'm never even curling the bucket because I'm too preoccupied with trying to figure out how to move the boom and the dipper.
I like that smile.
It's a blast. But it's also me laughing at myself because you would think that it would come to you and but you find yourself turning the house instead of controlling the dipper. All right, what do you think? Move the other side, or?
I would just bring a boom towards you and just start doing the same thing on the other side.
I didn't save enough vacation money to buy you new hose.
Uh-oh.
I missed. Hold on, we got this. We got this. Or not.
He went for it early. I wouldn't try to get it.
Too jumpy. Too jumpy.
So that's what you find is when it's throttled up, it's more jerky.
Yeah.
It's fine. You can leave it throttled up. You just gotta be more sensitive.
Yeah, I don't want to bang it around.
So the machine definitely has a lot more power with the throttle turned up, but it also is a whole lot more sensitive on the controls. I decided it's probably best for me to keep it closer to idle.
Didn't quite get that one bigger.
So your bucket curl is stronger than the boom pull in.
That's right. I'm not using the bucket curl.
Right. So go over there. Once you put the bucket down, curl the bucket towards you and rip that root.
All right, we'll get in there. I forget about. See, that's what I'm saying. There's so many options. I'm not.
All right.
Now we just grab it.
Now turn your thumb on. Button for your thumb.
Oh.
I think you gotta push it twice.
Oh yeah.
Got your thumb now?
Yeah. Man.
try it, see if it's on the...
Oh, yeah.
All right, you got the tree where you can grab it. Should pull it right up. Come in under it, curl your bucket, and then thumb down once the bucket's curled. Hold on.
I took out my own camera.
All right, now lift it up and drop it to get the dirt out of it. You got to uncurl your bucket. Pick it up and drop it. Pick it up and drop it.
Too slow. There we go. Man, this has got to be painful for you to watch. This is actually really tough.
So let's, what we want to do is let's pick it up, put it over there by the pile, not on the pile. Put it over there by the pile, not on the pile. Put it over there by the pile, not on the pile. With the handles out of the way. And then go use the blade and back over the hose. Swing the house with your left hand. The other way. Okay, Lucas got the tree out and he put it where I told him not to put it, but that's all right. We'll recover from that. What are your thoughts so far?
So here are my thoughts. I need a day or two in the seat of this thing and it would be amazing. I can tell it would just be awesome to operate, except I can't get it to do anything I want it to do because I'm always going the wrong way. And as soon as I figure it out, then I need to readjust and I have to remember it all over again. So yeah, I'm kind of going through the same phase that Paul Williamson was going through when he tried to operate the backhoe on the BX. When it's new, and you just got to figure it out. But we'll get there.
So one thing I say all the time on my channel, this is a wonderful machine, and we couldn't imagine not having one of these mini excavators on our property for all the stump digging and trenching we have to do. And I know for a fact that Jana, and that's Lucas's wife, told him, go get you one. Lucas, go get you one.
So an operator, I am not, but man, I could use one of these. We got the tree tore up. That's something I definitely couldn't do with the little backhoe on the BX, I know that. Brad's pretty particular about his properties. If you can't tell, things are pretty neat and clean around here and everything's nice and smooth and level. That's the way he likes things. So he's getting some dirt, filling in this hole where we tore out this tree, and then we're gonna get on with the process. So where I'm not quite equipped to do any kind of intricate work with this thing yet, Brad's pulling out the rest of the roots here to kind of clean up his yard. And then he's gonna take out the other tree and I'm gonna kind of watch him and his process just to see if I can learn a thing or two from him. So the one thing I noticed immediately as he tears into this tree is he approaches it with aggression, which is not something I can do when I'm first learning how to operate. But he's definitely got the idle turned way up and he tore into those roots on the side, and you can tell how much more power it had when you turned up that throttle. He basically just knocked the big roots out of one side and then pushed it over by swinging the house. And now he's getting ready to pick it up, throw the dust off the roots, and put her on the pile. So making quick work of it. Pretty cool to see. This is definitely a piece of equipment that can do things that our little tractor and backhoe are never going to do. So he swung the tree over out of the way. Now he's cleaning up the roots in the ground, and he's doing all that before I ever got the first set of roots tore out. See, that pile was a good place for those trees. That pile was a good place for those trees. All right, guys. Well, I hope you got a good laugh out of seeing me try to operate this Mini. It really was a good time. I had fun with it. I'm going to let Brad tell you a little bit about why he has the Mini excavator here on his property and why he thinks it's so valuable to own.
So to begin with, I really didn't know much about mini excavators. I kind of thought they were a trenching tool. I thought they were something that you went and dug dirt with. I never really thought about their value of digging stumps. I just didn't think about it. I was a tractor owner, came from a farming family, and then had a compact tractor for various things. And then I think it's through YouTube. We just learned so much through YouTube and social media. You saw, you started seeing videos and start to see the value of what a mini excavator can do. So I dropped the idea to Deb, and I'm like, we're trying to develop this place out here, and we had large scale equipment come in here and do clearing. But when you have trees and you have driveways and you have water lines and all those things that require digging, we needed some way to dig. And I didn't want to rent an excavator or rent a trencher all the time. So we started looking into, well, maybe it would be a wise investment for us to buy a mini excavator. And so we did that research, and we were first-time buyers. I mean, you can be as educated as you want to be when you go to buy an expensive machine like this, and you're still going to make mistakes because we bought used. Yeah. But once we bought it, once we made the commitment and bought it and got it here on the property, and I did a whole video on owning versus renting one because they have so much residual value, you almost won't lose money. But you can take a machine like this, and if you take care of it, you can use it for 10 years and almost get every dollar out of it that you paid for it. So we did that. But once we got it on the property, it's like literally every day. If you go and look at Piney Grove videos, you're going to see our Kubota tractor doing work. And we may drag that excavator out for one tree like this, but just having it for that one tree just totally changes how much you can get done for that day.
So what I'm seeing here is if your property is developed and the way that you want it, then probably you're not going to have a whole lot of need for one, other than, man, it sure was fun to operate. But if you're like Brad and Deb, they bought this property completely undeveloped, and they've done all this that you see here. So having this machine here where they can just take down a tree in literally a minute. I mean, you took that tree down in a minute, cleaned it up, and you know, my little backhoe, we couldn't take down trees like that. It just wouldn't do it. And you've seen me dig out stumps, and I'll spend 20, 30, 40 minutes just getting a stump out of the ground. So yes, it's handy to have around for the occasional stump, but it's nowhere near the tool that this Mini is for this type of property development.
Jana, yeah, you see it here, Lucas needs an excavator.
We'd sure have a lot of fun on one, that's for sure. Well, guys, I hope you had fun watching me try out this Mini excavator. I know I did. We appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good day.
Take care, y'all, and tractor hard.